Now let's continue with the question we left off during last period. What are Articles 21 and 22 of DSU about? What are the titles? What are the titles? Okay, the 21. Article 21 is surveillance. S is not a syllable. Len, ve, surveillance, okay? Surveillance of implementation. Implementation is an exception. Of recommendations, also an exception. And rulings. Okay. Surveillance of implementation of recommendations and rulings. 执行监督程序. And 22 is compensation and suspension of concessions. Concessions. What does concessions mean here? Concessions. Concessions means the preferential tariff treatment. For example, if the two members of WTO are in normal trade relations, okay? Then they will have the benefits conferred by MFN and NT. So the tariff rates will be rather low. This kind of low tariff rates are called concessions. In Chinese, it's called 减让，指的是关税的减让，是在正常的贸易关系下，在 WTO 的正常的贸易关系下，因为都享有最惠国待遇和国民待遇，所以享受的比较低的那个关税叫做 concessions。减让翻译过来叫关税减让，这个意思。Compensation means yes, in the form of money. Compensation means reparation in the form of money. Okay. In this case, the United States can request China to pay the compensation because you did not comply with the rulings completely in the United States view, right? So you can compensate the United States, or the United States can always raise its tariff rates against China. Raise its tariff rates. I mean, reduce the concessions means increase the tariff rates. Okay. We will talk about Article 21 of DSU next semester in the course of WTO law. Okay. Here, we'll just skip it and move on to next question. What are rare earths used for? What are rare earths used for? Yes, these are raw materials used in the production of various kinds of electronic goods. Electronic goods, 电子产品的生产，是用于电子产品的生产。You know, there is a likelihood of escalation of the tariff war 2.0 between China and the United States because right now China has actually thrown a nuclear bomb not just to the United States, but to the whole world. Which measures? What kind of measures? China initiated a war concerning rare earths. Truth be told, actually the whole world is now under the threat of China's restrictions on the export of rare earths. They are suffering now. But I don't think it's a wise way. Why not? Because it is a nuclear bomb. Globalization features cooperation among various nations or countries in different fields. Trade, investment, finance, all these international economic activities are part of economic globalization. If you throw out a nuclear bomb, what does it mean? It means right now you are trying to overturn the table. Yeah. But it is an era of globalization where cooperation is necessary. Your economy depends largely on the market of the West. You are relying on the market of the West to export the industrial products to the West. If globalization demised, where will your products be exported to? Let's just suppose if one day, maybe it's in 5 years or less, in 2 years, the West has taken control of its own rare earths supply chains. I mean, it has established its own production chains of production in the rare earths. Then there is no necessity anymore for the existence of globalization. Then China and the West will break up completely. Is that really a good thing? Right now, the US tariffs against Chinese imports are just in suspension. Just in suspension, right? Suspension. When is the deadline? November? Maybe. Someday in November. Currently, a rather important meeting is being held in Beijing. What's that? What's that? You know? Are you a party member? Are you a party member right now of CCP? Are you a party member of CCP? Chinese Communist Party. Chinese Communist Party. You're not a qualified party member. You know, which body has the supreme authority of the CCP? Which body has the supreme authority, supreme power? Yeah, supreme power body of the CCP. Which body? Actually, it's every 5 years, there will be a national congress of the party members. National Congress of party members. What does that mean? National Congress of CCP. Every 5 years, there will be a Congress. The latest National Congress of CCP was convened in 2022. And right now, this is the National Congress of CCP is the supreme power body of CCP. This one. Just like the National People's Congress of this country, right? But this is the parties. Then what's the standing body of this National Congress? Standing body is exactly how to say it. plenary session of the Central Committee plenary session, this means Central Committee, Central Committee. The Central Committee is the standing body of the National Congress, Central Committee. How many members are there in the Central Committee? The 205 people are the most powerful people in China. Central Committee members. Central Committee members. Right now, this is the last day of the 4th plenary session of the Central Committee of the CPP. Maybe some big events will happen. Let's wait and see. Not. You will see, you will know the result very soon, okay? Now let's go on with the next question. What are China's arguments? What are China's arguments? Summary of key findings of the panel. China, in this case, is the respondent. Then what are China's arguments in the case? What are China's arguments in this case? China argued what? Good. I'll invite him to read it for us. China argued. 1, 2, go.
我也没有懂。
Here.
哦，看到了。China argues that the restrictions are related to the conservation of its exhaustible natural resource and necessary to reduce pollution caused by meanings.
Another disaster. I can't help but say that. Okay. Actually, English is something used, not learned. You need to use it. Okay. The restrictions, not restrictions, where's E? Restrictions are related to the not conversation. That's a talk. Not a conversation. Conservation. Okay. Conservation means protection. Preservation. Preservation is okay. Okay. Of its exhaustible. This is in the rule, right? Exhaustible. 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 Exhaustible natural resources unnecessary to reduce pollution caused. Not a zit. Caused by mining. Mining. Because it's M-I-N-E. That's mine, right? Mining. Yeah, that's China's argument. You still have a large room to improve yourself. Okay. Okay. You know what? The black African people often pronounce English also now not that standard. But I'm a person prone picking the errors in others. So they are angry about me. No, my pronunciation is right. This is African English. Yeah, we are actually talking about Chinglish, but it's a combination of both American English and British English. It's a combination, Chinglish, you can say. But African English is really difficult to understand, especially when they are speaking too fast. You can't follow them. You can't follow the map. When that happened, I just closed my ears. I refused to listen. If they speak too fast, okay. Then this is the argument of China. 是什么呀？要保护可耗尽的自然资源，然后是要减少采矿挖矿带来的污染。Does the West has the industry of rare earths? Yes, but not that developed because of China's competition of low price. You know what? Because China can always offer rare earths of low prices. That's why the West has given up their rare earths industry. But right now, they are picking up them again. In 2 years or more, I suppose they will be able to recover or resume their own industry. At that moment, the stranglehold effect of China's restrictions on the export of rare earths will lose their effect, I'm afraid. What are the 3 distinct types of restrictions on the export of rare earths? 3 distinct types of restrictions. Here, China imposes 3 distinct types of restrictions on the export of rare earths, tungsten and molybdenum. First, duties or taxes on the export. Second, export quota on the amount of those materials. Third, certain limitations on the enterprises permitted to export the materials. 中国的限制措施主要分为3个不同的种类。第一个是关税，只要出口就施加关税。你见过进口产品施加关税的，你很少能见到出口产品还对产品施加出口关税的。这个地方它有。第二个，对出口配额只能在一定期限内出口一定数量的稀土。第三个是什么呢？限制能够出口稀土的企业，只能限于国有企业，民营企业、私营企业不具有出口稀土的权利。Trading rights are restricted. Now, let's explore deeply the 3 distinct types of restrictions. Number 1, export duties. question. Can China impose export duties on the products listed in Annex 6 to China's accession protocol? I'll repeat look at this paragraph, and I'll repeat the question again. Can China impose export duties on the products listed in Annex 6 to China's accession protocol? Yes or no? That's a general question. Yes. Is yes or no? 中国能不能对中国议定书附件6当中所列的产品施加出口关税？能不能？ The answer is no. Yes. The answer is yes. In Annex 6 to China's accession protocol, there is a list of products. All the products can be imposed export duties. But only these two, tungsten ores and concentrates, are in the list. Other rare earths are not in the list. That's why the United States said China is therefore not entitled to impose the export duties on them, including tungsten and molybdenum. Are tungsten ores and concentrates listed in Annex 6? Are tungsten ores and concentrates listed in Annex 6? Yes or no? Yes, good. What's the purpose of Article 20B? What's the aim or purpose of Article 20B? Good. To protect what? To protect what? Yeah. What's the aim or purpose of Article 20B of GATT 1994? To protect human, animal, or plant life or health. Again, let's calculate how many items are included in this. Human life, yes. Human health, yes. Animal life, yes. Animal health. Plant life, plant health, how many? 3 times 2 equals 6. Okay, good. Animal. The other day, I met a little boy, maybe around 10 years old or so. He was trying to catch a little kitty under a car. And he tried to beat the kitten, even to death. When I found that, I told him, why would you try to beaten it up and even try to beaten it to death? It's just an animal. Why would you hate it that much? You know what did he say? You know what he said? For fun? It's just fun. No. He said, because nobody treats me well in this world. Because nobody treats me well, that's why I treat the weak animals ill or viciously. It's transplantation of vicious evil, of evil intentions, yes. So the stray cats on campus or at the gate of the libraries, actually they are dangerous because there are humans who are abusing their rights to be a human being. They think they have the right to treat innocent animals viciously or badly. That's not something good. So another topic. Do you think human beings are a species, are an advanced species? The most advanced species or the weakest species? Species. Species. Or species. Either is okay. Do you think human beings are the most advanced species or the weakest species? I think it's both. Can you fly? No, but birds can. Can you live independently all by yourself in the wild? No, you cannot. But a cat can. Who is currently ruling this world? Human beings. Human beings is the most pitiful species, in my opinion. Why? Because you cannot live all by yourself. You have to live in a society. When you are living in society, you have to compromise some of your freedom to join the society, right? You have to compromise some of your freedom because you cannot live all by yourself. You have to be a member of a society. Now let's move on to next page? No, we want to move on. I think that's all for today's lecture. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Then, if you do not have any questions, let's have some free chat. Okay. Next week, we will finish everything about this case. You can discuss something about the case. How many party members are there currently in our class? How many? How many? 9. 3. Okay. 预备党员怎么说呀？除了没有选举权以外，都有权利，所有的权利都有，选举权和被选举权。还是表决权也没有，没有表决权。对，这3个是没有。现在召开4中全会，对吧？你们也不关心吗？军委副主席居然都下情。刚才我提到的这个英语的发音，其实英语的发音没有就是一劳永逸的规律，不存在。有规律，要试图发现规律，但是凡有规则必有例外。刚才我讲的那个规则是一个基本规则，你看多数都存在例外，所以说没有规律。唯一的办法就是每一个单词都像一个新的朋友一样，单独的去学习它。我给大家讲一个故事。我在读研究生的时候学法律英语，这个是什么意思 ？How to read it? Chamber of Commerce, right? No, actually it's chamber. A, yes, chamber. And the teacher told me it's chamber. I said, no, it's timber. He said, 我保留我读 chamber 的权利。为什么我知道呢？因为这个词，我每一个单词我都要单独查它的发音，我不会按规律来。我单独查了一下，我一看 chamber 不是 chamber。好，下课吧。